So sir, this session is about the automation and the application of robots for automation, for industry and for different fields. So we will go through it. First we will know what is automation, what is its introduction. Since the period of industrial revolution, there has always been a significant amount of effort into developing complex techniques to help people with the different tasks of production. That means to help in production, they have been employing the different kind of efforts so that the production rate can be improved, so that the efficiency of any industry can be improved in the period of industrial revolution. So in industrial production, process consists of series of machines through which a combination of raw material goes through it and transform it into the final product. So basically in production process, what it do, a series of machines are there. They basically takes the input, that is raw material, and process it according to the use, for what purpose we have used that machine. So they process it and convert the raw material into the final product. So that the machine do. Here the term machine can be anything like a motor, drill, conveyor belt, etc. These can be machine, which comes under the electromechanical device, or we can say the chemical machine like oven, dryer, chemical combustion. These are different kind of machines which we use to complete any task for a production process in industry. So today's highly increasing competitiveness over the industry that demands high quality and most consistent product with a competitive price. And as we know, in nowadays the competition is increasing nowadays, and the demand of high quality and high quality products is increasing day by day. So for this competitiveness in the industry, to product to stand still, so we have to introduce the automation so that we can achieve the efficiency, so that we can achieve the speed, we can have the product processed in less time. So to address this challenge, number of industries considering various new product design and integrate manufacturing techniques in parallel with the use of automated machine. That means to address the challenges in industry, that is to get the high quality product, to fulfill the demands that are arises in the market. So to address these type of challenges, industry considering various new designs and integrated manufacturing while using the automated device. So one of the remarkable and influential moves for getting the solution of above mentioned challenge in the industrial automation. So industrial automation basically facilitate to increase the product quality, reliability, production rate, while reducing the production and design cost by adapting the new innovative and integrated technology and services. So basically automation nothing but to increase the quality of product so that we can rely on it, so that the rate can production rate can be increased, so that the on the while using the minimum inputs we can get the maximum output. And along with this, it reduces the production cost and design cost by adopting new innovative and integrated technology, so that it can reduce the cost and the time required to produce an output. So we will know what is automation. Basically, if we talk about the industrial automation, it is a process of operating machine and other industrial equipment with the help of digital logical programming and reducing the human intervention in decision making, and manual command process with the help of mechanized equipment. So in short, we can say in automation, the process of operating machine, we are making it automatically. So it will not controlled manually, or it will not take the feedback manually. So we are making it automated. So for the purpose of increasing the efficiency, for increasing the production rate, and for reducing the human intervention. So automation, if we talk about the history of automation, the term automation is coined by an engineer that is from the Ford Motor Company, who were pioneer. Pioneer means the one who used that or who explored the first in industrial automation and manufacturing assembly line. That is Ford Motor Company that coined that word automation. In the beginning, the industrial production process is based on eyes, hands, and brain of the worker. In contrast to the modern day, that is depends on now on sensors, actuators, and computers. Originally, the implementation of automation in a production process is focused on replacing a human worker with an independent machine, so that the manual control will be changed to automatic control. Initially, these independent machines had to be coordinated by a human supervisor for a smooth production process. So initially, a human coordinate the machine, and after that, after learning that machine, after learning the complete path, complete procedure, that robot, that automatic machine do the work itself in a repeating, if we require it to repeat it again and again. But with the technological development in analog and digital control system, microprocessors, PLCs, that is programmable logic controller, and various sensors, it has become very easy to synchronize several independent machines and processes and achieve true industrial automation. That means if we use computer or controller, that will help us to control different types of different machines we have involved in our system to complete the task. So these PLC and microprocessor will help us to synchronize several independent machines. With the rise in industrial economy, the business strategy for industrial automation have also changed over time. Nowadays, the fundamental motives for implementing industrial automations are like increasing production, reducing cost, especially the human related cost. Like if we employ a human, a labor, then it will, we have to give the salary, we have to give the bonuses, we have to give the holiday scheme to it, but robot will never ask for it. So this is the reason for automation. If we these are the basic motivation for implementing the industrial automation, and others are improving the quality of product, efficient use of raw material, reducing the energy consumption, increase business profit. So these are basic fundamental motives for implementing the industrial automation. And if we talk about the automation, we will classify it by seeing the levels of industrial automation process. There are basically several ways to describe the level of an industrial automation process, but the simplest one is hierarchical triangle, which we can see below, of three level of representation of a typical industrial automation application, on which we have a top layer of supervisor level, which supervise all the processes. On that, on below of that, there is a control level, that is PLC or field bus, that controls all the mechanism by using the controller, and that control level is connected with the supervisor system, so that he can view all the processes from anywhere. If we connect it, so supervisor can view all the processes what is going on, and if it want to control, the supervisor can control that process, that can can control that automatic process. And control level, basically nothing but a PLC. PLC is a programmable logic controller, that helps to synchronize different independent machines. And below that, the level is field level, that is sensors and actuators which do the task, and connected with the PLC, they are synchronized, they works coordinately, so that the work will be finished efficiently, and they are connected with a point to point connection. Now the question arises, why we require the industrial automation? What are the advantages of automation system? Means if we investing our money, if we investing our resources, then what will we get? And why we introducing this automation in industry or in anywhere? So if we talk about the industry, first advantage, or first, if we say the first point is that to increase the productivity, like automation of factory or manufacturing or process plant improves the production rate through a better control of production. It helps to produce mass production by drastically reducing the assembly time per product with a greater production quality. Therefore, for a given labor input, it produces a large amount of output. That means if we talk about any production house, in production, we require to process the material. So we put the raw material to a machine, it process and provide the finished product. But after that, we require assembly. So we do the assembly by the labor. So it will take some time. But if we use the robots, or if we use the automatic system, the raw material will be fed to the machine in very less time, and that machine will process and provide the output. And that output, whenever the output is available, the assembly robot, the pick and place robot will pick that item, that finished product from that machine to the assembly zone. And in that assembly zone, we have another robot waiting for the parts, so that it can assemble whenever it is available. So it will take less time if we compare to the manual operation. So it will increase the productivity in less time. So we can produce the large amount of output. So this is nothing but increasing productivity. Second, if we talk about the cost of operation, if we employ the industrial automation, it will provide the optimum cost of operation, like integration of output process in industry with automated machines, minimize the cycle time, effort, and hence the need of human labor get reduced. Thus, the investment on employees have been saved with automation. Like I said before, on labor, we have to make many investments like salary, bonuses, holidays, and many things. So that investment can be reduced if we employ the automation. Automation is nothing but a one-time investment. So it will provide the optimum cost of operation. Next is to improve the product quality. Since the automation reduces the human involvement, the possibility of getting the error from getting the human error also gets eliminated. So uniformity will be there. Uniformity and product quality with a greater conformity can be maintained with automation by adaptively controlling and monitoring the industrial process. Adaptively means the process can be reviewed by the controller and act according to that. If there is a need required, then it will be changed. If a minor change is required, it will be done by the PLC only. But if a major requirement is there, major error is we are detecting, or some type of error, or the possibility of getting error is there, then it will inform the supervisor, and supervisor will supervise the manual control over the automatic control, and it will again eliminate the error. So it will improve the product quality. So and monitoring the industrial process in all stages, right from inception of a product to the end product. So it will reduce the human error and will improve the product quality. Next, to reduce the routine checks. That means if you have used some machines like level detector, like you have used the tank in which you have to detect the tank level. If you have used the water tank, then you have to detect the water level so that you can fill or unfill according to that. So to reduce the routine checkup, you can use the automation system. Automation completely reduce the need for manual checking of various process parameters like filling, unfilling, full, empty. So we can check it, or we can also use for the temperature sensor. We can have the temperature input by using the automatic system. We will have all the data stored in our system if we employ that automated system. So by taking advantage of automation technology, industrial processes automatically adjust the process variable to set or desired value using the closed loop control technique. As I told, closed loop control technique is nothing but a technique that uses the feedback and changes its controlled input to the process so that the output so that the desired output can be achieved. And the next one is to raise the level of safety. As in many conditions, in most of the conditions, the working condition is hazardous for the humans. So we involve the automated machines so that we can ensure the safety for the human. So industrial automation is increasing the level of safety to personnel by substituting them with automated machines in hazardous working condition. Traditionally, industrial robot and robotic devices are implemented in such risky and hazardous place so that the safety can be ensured so that no one get harmed, which was our primary reason behind involving the automation system. Is there any doubts in advantage?
Good evening, sir. I wanted to know, can we think of any revolution in education system?
Revolution in education?
Yeah, with the help of robots.
With the help of robots?
Yeah.
If we talk about the school, we can have robots for making attendance, if the student is coming to the school or not, making the record of it, and automatically if we make some rules so that it will send acknowledgement signal to parents so that they will know that this much of percentage is. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can it help differently able children? Can you presume, because you are into that field, so can you presume some kind of platform where the children, those who are having those who are differently abled and those who are part of inclusive education, can they be benefited?
Yes, ma'am, that can be benefited if we are using like for the as you have told that if the partially abled students are there, so for walking, for transporting from one class to another, we can use the robots so that the students will not be suffer. And we can use for teachers. Many teachers are from the differently abled, so they can teach from the place. They can teach like from the remote control robot. They can demonstrate whatever they want to teach using the sensors, using the transducer. So it can be employed. It depends on the application for what we require.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any other doubts? regarding the application, why we use the automation, what is automation. Any other doubts?
No.
Shall we continue? Types of industrial automation system. Now we can classify the industrial automation into different categories: programmable, hard automation, flexible automation. There are different kind of automation. First, we will know about the fixed or hard automation system. These systems are those kind of systems which are used for fixed and repetitive operation, so that they can achieve the highest production rate in industry. Basically, they are used for mass production. This type of automation is employed to perform the fixed and repetitive operation in order to achieve the highest high production rate. It uses the special purpose or dedicated equipment to automate the fixed sequence assembling or processing operation. Basically, what the mean of hard automation means, that cannot be easily changed. Means if you want to use for production, then you have to use the dedicated equipment, so that you will get the better quality and better production rate. So you have to use the dedicated equipment. So in that case, we require the fixed or hard automation system. Once it is employed, it is relatively hard to change or vary the product. So we cannot vary the design of the automation we have used. We cannot change the product design. So therefore, it is inflexible in providing product variety, but it increases the efficiency with higher production rate and reduces the unit cost. So this is our fixed or hard automation system. Some examples are distilled process, paint shop, or we can say the conveyors. They are basically the hard automation system, which cannot be easily changed. But if we talk about the programming, yes, ma'am.
I'm very sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, ma'am.
Recently in Bangalore, robots were used in teaching field, right? In Bangalore, the robots were used for teaching teachers as a teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
Which type of robots, sir? Are those automated ones or anything else?
Yes, ma'am. These are automated ones, but the course was the program was predefined to what to taught to the students and what are the relative questions student will ask. So they are predefined things. If you ask the new question, but that is not related to the subject, they will not answer. So you have to, they are basically with the intelligence, so that they can analyze what type of question it is and what type of data we have, and use that data to give that answer of that question. So these robots are with the intelligence.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any other questions?
Means
Sir,
for
it was the example, sir. If
Yes,
I'm not wrong, it was the example of AI, na?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Artificial intelligence or intelligent robot.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Sir, non-interactive teaching can be possible easily.
Non-interactive teaching can be possible, but if you want to involve the interactive teaching, then you have to teach more your robot, so that it can
answer more questions.
Yes, sir. It can answer in a more efficient way.
Okay, sir. Sir, in this virtual roboting, artificial intelligence,
Yes,
like
sir.
is
With the
required.
artificial intelligence, these are nothing but a virtual robots.
Virtual robots. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Because if you want to make the teaching efficient, you have to be more interactive.
That is a robot.
Yes, sir. Is there any other question?
Sir, there is a robot named Silbot,
Yes, sir.
made by Sir,
Yes,
there
sir,
is
please
a
ask.
robot named Silbot used in Korea
Yes, sir.
for English teaching. Its
Yes,
name
sir.
is Silbot. In Silbot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So they have predefined all the things related to the English language. That's why it teaching the English language so that it can answer all the question related to that language. Is there any other questions? Shall we continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The second type is programmable automation. In this automation, a specific class of products changes, and also assembling or processing operation can be changed with the modification of control program in the automated equipment. Means these automation is nothing but in which we can change the program and can have the different operation from the same equipment. Yes, in this automation is best suited for batch production, in which we require the different variety, but we do not want the mass production. So here the product volume is medium to high, but in this it is hard to change or reconfigure the system for new product. But we can change the design of product. In this system we can change the design, but we cannot change the complete circuit, complete system for new product. So therefore the new product or reconfigure of sequence of operation requires a long setup. So this is programmable automation. So the example of this automation system are numerically controlled machines, paper mills, steel rolling mills. These are basically programmable automation in which we can change the program and can use that same machinery for the same kind of work. So this is our programmable automation. And
Sir,
if
I
we
have a
talk
question.
about,
Can
yes,
I
ma'am.
ask?
Yes, ma'am.
In a programmable automation, can the robot or can the automatic machine changes itself according to the condition, or we have to, as a programmer, we have to change the program, or according to the external feedback that this machine can change itself?
If we have involved the intelligence, if we have involved that algorithm to change the variable we have defined, it can change. But if here, we have fixed the operation process, then it will not change itself.
So,
and as we have said, the programmable automation, as I can understand your question is about the word programmable automation. That can be reprogrammed by only the human operator.
Okay, that is only the coder can reprogram.
Yes,
not
can change the program to different function. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, here the AI part is not involved.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, can't we make such a program due to which robot can program himself according to the condition?
Yes, we can make like or we can do make 2 or 3 programs, and in it will switch it itself, so that but what we have, for that purpose we have to assign something, so on that basis it can switch.
Means sir, all the conditions we need to fill in a robot, yes, so that according to that he can program himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have to at least we have to make a reference point on which it has to do whatever it we want to.
So it means we must have the prediction of all the conditions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of all the possible.
This is called conditional programming, I think.
Okay.
Yes,
means
sir, is this called conditional programming?
Ma'am, if we employ the condition in the programming, then only it will call it as conditional programming. But programmable automation does not come under the conditional programming. Basically, it is the predefined program, and we are changing again when the in different season we have a different kind of different kind of things from the agriculture. Likewise, when there is a season of something that is required by the user, we are programming for that. And if the and after the session of this thing, the same machinery is used for the like steel rolling and paper rolling. So the same machine can be used if we for the different season. So we have to just make a small change in a program. So we the human operator will change the program and use that machine, so that it will the payback period will be less. As we have discussed yesterday, to reduce the payback period, we can use the same machine, so that we do not have to invest more. So we do not have to invest more on the same type of machinery. By making a small change, we can use that system for different application. Is it okay, ma'am? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Sir, I want to ask, sir, can't we connect the robot to human mind so that we don't need to program the robot every time?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like artificial intelligence, there is another field which we call neural network, by which the human can control by thinking of it only.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. But that is not that much viral as compared to the artificial intelligence. Neural control is not that much developed that it can be easily available or it can be easily seen. So this is just introduced and some researches are there, but it is not that much if we say the correct word is not coming out, we can say that it is not that much viral as compared to the artificial
not popular as
not popular. Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. Not popular as the artificial intelligence.
As of now, it is not available. It is under research process.
Yes, sir.
It is.
Yes, sir. Under research process.
Yeah, it's not in the market with any of the devices.
Yes,
only,
sir.
Only for the information, only one device with regarding to that is something called as AlphaGo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is a research thing. It's like a robot which is capable of playing a
which
game.
works on your on the signal coming out of your neural system. Basically, what do you think it will
prosthetic
do?
hands, like something. Prosthetic hands, legs.
Shall we continue, sir? Is there any other doubts?
Okay, sir. Okay. Please continue, sir.
Yes. Next is flexible or soft automation. Basically, our robot comes under this automation, flexible or soft automation, on which we can reprogram. So this automation provides the automatic control equipment that offers great flexibility for making changes in the product design. So these changes can be performed quickly through the commands given in the form of codes by the human operator. So as we have studied in first session, the robot is nothing but a reprogrammable multifunctional device. So and in second or third slide, I have told our robotics comes under the flexible automation. So if we talk about the flexible automation, the changes in the flexible automation can be performed by the human operator in the form of codes. So this automation allows the manufacturer to produce multiple products with different range as a combined combination process rather than separate or individual process. So this automation provides the combined group of processes in a single system in comparison to the individual, so that it will take less time to produce products or to produce the output. Some of the example of this automatic systems are automatic guided vehicles, automobiles, multi-purpose CNC machines. They are some examples of flexible or soft automation. And if you allow, I can show you a few videos on that.
Please, sir, do it.
This video is nothing but a automatic guided vehicle in which we have used the path which the robot tracks it by using the RFID tag and follows that path only. So these are the automatic guided vehicles. The black line is their following path. These are connected with the RFID tags, and these vehicles track that tag. So these containers will be picked by the automatic vehicle. On the last stage of the conveyor belt will detect the vehicle and place the container on it. It is detected. Now it's synchronized with the automatic vehicle and container is picked up by the vehicle. So they are tracking the optical RFID.
Sir, in this video, suddenly one lady came in between, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Likewise,
they will detect the clearance.
What happens, sir?
Yes, sir.
If there is some obstacles on the pathway, what will happen? Will it stop?
Sir, they will detect and they will wait for the clearance. Like,
okay.
See, they are waiting, prioritizing the right of way,
Okay.
and they will move.
Okay.
Sir, prioritization is fixed.
Yes, sir. That are given by the monitoring system.
Okay, okay. That which one is
Yes.
to give priority? Okay.
The visualized fleet control. They have given the prioritization to if they are moving from section to section, then which section vehicle give the priority. So they have given it in advance so that they will move freely, and at the time of congestion they will act according to the pre-planned, predefined path, predefined rules also.
Okay, sir.
So it has detected the fleet and man, so that it stops at that point.
Hello,
Now
sir.
releasing the, yes, sir.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please.
As far as I can see, this is not a video from any place of India. Means
Yes,
the people.
this video
So,
is from the warehouse, ma'am, where we can use the, yes, ma'am.
So in India, approximately how many? What is the percentage where these robots and all this kind of system started using? People started using this system.
Ma'am, this system can be used anywhere, even in our house also, for picking the different containers, for picking up the clothes from the surface. We can use anywhere, even on the road also, to transport.
Sir,
yes, ma'am.
in India means what is the percentage? Means where these things are coming in use.
Ma'am, very less, ma'am. It will be in very less percentage. Mostly, if there is a industrial area with reference to Benz, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, those factory fitting areas alone they'll be using. Other than that, mostly we make use of only manpower here. And
Yes.
These types of robots you can see there are few people who come to the school and say that we teach robotics. And they'll be having these types of robots to show the demo. This is the basic type of thing that can be easily used in any small scale and large scale industries.
Yes.
Ma'am, if we talk about the percentage, it will be around 20 to 30% only in India.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Basically, they are used in on large space so that it can move freely. Like in bigger companies where the picking and placing and packaging, these types of work in the industry is going on. There we can use that type of automatic guided vehicle. The automatic guided vehicle can be smaller or larger depend upon the application.
Okay, sir.
Which part and what type, what much of weight it has to carry. Basically, it depends on that application.
Sir, similar to this, like we have some automatic baggage handling in major international airport, no, sir?
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
automatic.
sir.
Yeah, similar to this.
Yes, sir. Similar to this. I have few more videos, like if we talk about the assembly in if the computer assembly, if we talk about the CPU assembly, in which the motherboard, RAM, it has to be assembled, the time taken by the robot is less as compared to the humans. As we can see in the we will see in this video a PCB assembly, that's it, motherboard assembly of a that is of the CPU. A robot is there and a motherboard with the components is there. On the left side of robot there is a processor, and on the right side of robot there is a RAM. So first the human is assembling the component on the PCB.
Sir,
and
full
after
form
that,
of PCB.
yes sir,
Full form of PCB, sir. Full form of PCB.
PCB, printed circuit board, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Printed circuit board, basically it is a board on which a copper layer is there, and by using that layer we make different kind of circuits in which we can use it as if we say we can transmit electric and can mount the different kind of components, so that it will be the circuit board, so that we can use it where it needs. Like your charger, it have the
green color board that can be seen in all electronic devices.
Yes, sir. Now the robot is making the assembly. It is connecting the processor.
This robot is SCARA robot, sir?
No, ma'am. It is a articulated arm, that is Puma robot.
As this is small, so therefore.
So for this robot, there is no teach mechanism, sir. It just actually the teach mechanism is not
for every robot. We need the teach mechanism.
Not through any type of programming code. I think it has. I have a doubt that because he has first shown the robot how to fix all those things. Is it following from him, or
no,
there are?
Sir, no, sir, no. That the human was trying to say that the time taken by the human in assembling the PCB is more as compared to the robot.
Okay. So that's for a comparison of time. The video is showing like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the design of the end effector is according to the application, so that it can use that for the different kind of operation. These robots are highly precise for assembly. Basically, the Puma and SCARA are highly accurate if we use them for assembly. So there is also a different things we can include, that if the error is detected, the RAM is positioned wrong, then it will detect an error, and we can make that error corrected by itself. So it will say, now you can see the easy programming through teaching by demonstrating that robot, that from where to where it has to go. Now it is analyzing the value of the position of object. As we can see again, it is demonstrating the robot to teach that from where the processor is.
Actually, this type of programming and making the robot will be very easy, no, sir?
Yes, sir.
Rather than yesterday, Bharat sir was showing things where we need to make everything in the measurements should be given by us in the angles, everything. Then only that robots will respond. But here he just, as he drags, it observes the distance.
Yes, sir. There is another sensor on the end effector which detects the, like I said, the range and proximity sensor.
So teaching these robots will be very easy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If we, as we have told, if we employ the additional sensors, it will improve the performance.
Okay.
So this is the flexible automation in which we use the, we can reprogram it, we can use for multiple purposes. And there are other applications like in automation, military application, military robots, autonomous robots, or remote control mobile robots designed for military application, for transport or to search or to attack without having the human on board. Space exploration and research, for that purpose we can use the automation. So without human operator, it can be explored, or it can transmit the information from other place or from the another planet. Next is construction application. The construction industry slightly depends on robots. Robots can reduce the breakneck phenomena such as metal dissolve, peeling, etc. So the robots can be used in construction also.
Sir,
And in yes, sir.
The 3D modeling model, that machine is also the robot?
Yes, sir. 3D printing. If we
that
employ the automatic operation.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, unmanned car or the aircraft, the robot only, they guide these vehicles?
If we talk about the drones, which are automatically do whatever we want to do, just we have to predefine all the things, that for which location you have to transport the material, and what to do after transporting the material, and what the data it has to collected, and to act according to that. So it will be comes under the automation. Basically,
drone is having a teaching
comes under
panel,
the automation, not in robot.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, as per now, we are for robots we are using teaching method.
Yes,
in future, is it possible where the robots can see and learn, and they can do by themselves?
Yes, ma'am. By using the additional intelligence, like by neural network, or can be it by advancement in artificial intelligence, by employing additional sensors, so that the artificial can learn from the environment. So we can have the additional features in our robot by employing the different sensors, by employing the different inputs. We can achieve that level.
Okay, then it will be very easy, sir, to control the robot. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
As in the video also, sir, we have seen that the learning by demonstration method is also followed by robot nowadays.
Yes, ma'am. Nowadays, that demonstrating method is used to make the robot learn what it has to do.
Yes.
In the demonstration method, sir, how the robot work? Which type of sensor the robot is having? The eye sensing machine or what? How the demonstration got captured?
Ma'am, that is depend on the program. Means we have used the program so that after demonstrating it will while we are demonstrating it will learn that from which position to which position it has to go, and for what operation we have used and what operation we are demonstrating it. Like for demonstrating the processor to assemble into the motherboard, then it will do like that only. So it will learn from the initial of the human operator, and after that it can do the repetitive task of the same. Is that clear?
Can I add?
Yes, sir.
Can
yes,
I
sir.
add some points to?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. As sir said yesterday, when Bharat sir was taking it, he was mentioning that A, B, C, D, and X, Y, Z, all those things. So he said that he will coordinate with that. So the front, back, top, bottom, like that, he was explaining those things, right, ma'am? Likewise, when in this teaching robots, when he drags and pulls the robot down and up, there is additional sensing features which automatically measures the distance, and it is being recorded automatically, so that second time it will do it on its own.
Okay, with the proximity sensor.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now the next application of automation is automobile application. Basically, robotics are advancing automobile manufacturing to new heights. Robot gives automotive companies a competitive advantage. It mainly used to improve the quality, reduce the warranty cost, and increasing the efficiency by employing the robots from front to bottom, so that they will paint, they will construct the automobiles. So it will reduce the overall cost of the production. So it is very beneficial for the automobile sector to after involving the robots, after involving the automation in it. Like for in many manufacturing industry, like for Mitsubishi and BMW, they are using the automation in which the from welding to painting, they are using the robots. They are using the predefined program, so that the robot will do that repetitive task again and again, so that the production rate will increase. In medical robot is a robot used in medical science. They include but are not limited to surgical robots. In laboratory robotics, like in laboratory robotics is the act of using robot in biology or chemistry lab without getting harm from the chemicals. In agriculture, for harvesting, for monitoring, everything, for these things we can use the robots in agriculture. So the agriculture robots basically deployed for the agriculture process. The main area of application in agriculture today is at harvesting stage right now. Microbots, nothing but a micro robots. Basically, it is the field of miniature robotics, in particular mobile robots with dimension less than 1 mm. The term can also be used for robots capable of handling micrometer size components. Basically, these microbots used were developed as a result of microcontroller appearance of miniature mechanical system on silicon. Means the silicon material is used, making the mechanical system in a small size, like we make the ICs, a small sized IC with full of circuits in it. So for that purpose also silicon has been used in miniature mechanical system, that is MEMS. One of the major challenge in developing a micro robot is to achieve a motion using a very limited power supply, because if you want the motion, you will require energy, and for that micro robot you have to provide power supply. And if you want the robot in a micro size, that power supply should be micro, and that power should drive that robot for a particular work, for a particular task. Otherwise, it will be of no use. How to overcome challenges? The micro robot can use a small lightweight battery source like a coin cell, or can scavenge power from the surrounding. That means generate power from the surrounding environment in the form of vibration, heat, or it can be the light energy. So micro robots are also now using the biological motors as power source to draw the chemical power from surrounding fluids to actuate the robotic devices. Likewise, they are doing some research on that power supply, so that the miniature can be of micro size. And other application in material handling, material transfer, machine loading, unloading, welding, spray coating, paint coating, assembly, inspection. So these are other industrial applications. In material handling, it will handle the material. It will pick the material from coming out from the machine after the process and put it on pallet. Pallet is nothing but storing. It is nothing but a device on which we kept the metal on it, so that we can transfer it, we can store it without getting harm to the product. Material transfer, and to transfer the material, we palletize it, means we storing it on the pallet, so that we can transfer from one place to another without getting damage, without getting any damage to the material. So these are the and others are also the machine loading, unloading, assembly, as we have seen the assembly in the video. Inspection, we will use the more sensors so that it will inspect according to the use. So these are the applications of our automation, even in the industrial automation. Is there any doubts?
No, sir.
So the application has been completed. If it is there any doubts? Is there any query regarding the session or regarding the previous session? You can ask.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday I saw a few videos, sir, painting robot and welding.
Yes, ma'am.
So painting robot, like each and every house is like height, width, and weight. It's different. It varies from some other house, right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So for every house, again, we have to give the programming, the directions, and everything.
Yes, ma'am. If the house is of similar dimension, then we do not have to provide the complete programming. We just have to modify the coordinates if the architecture of the house is same.
Okay. But here we will be having the different like if it
yes,
the apartment we will be having the same architecture.
So we have to provide the programming every time. We have to provide the different coordinates. We have to change the programming according to the architecture we have used, according to the obstacle we have in the room or in a house. So we have to take care of that, all the things.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Is there any doubts? Any other doubts?
Sir, can you please throw light on microbots application nowadays?
Ma'am, nowadays micro robots used in medical field to if we talk about the injury, internal injuries in which just a blockage is there. In that case, we transmit the micro robot so that it can clear that path, so that the blockage will be completely gone. So we can use the robotics in medical field also, but in India it is not.
Sir, the pacemaker which is used in heart, So what is that? That is also the micro robot.
We can say that it is a micro robot. Basically, it continuously giving the electric shock to the heart.
Signals, yes. So it can be said that it is micro robot. Is that right?
We can say that it is micro robot if the functioning of the artificial heart is depends on our manual heart, our human heart. If our heart is stop working, then it uses the electric shock. Otherwise, if it is continuously repeating that nature without yes sir.
Sir, only the sensor cannot be the robot, sir.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So
yes, sir, yes, sir.
This pacemaker is
the
just
pacemaker can be robot, yes sir.
It cannot be said micro.
Yes,
am I right, sir?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Sir, one more question, sir.
But sir, pacemaker is not programmed. It is an automated machine.
Yes, ma'am. It is an automated
so
machine. We cannot call it
be called as robot,
as it is not flexible. As it is,
because it is not programmable.
It is not programmable, yes, ma'am. The basic feature is not fulfilled by the device.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir. Sir, actually, a few days back, it was shown in a news regarding a car which will run without the driver. The car had all the features. They can know at which distance, if somebody is crossing the road, then it will stop. Then we can call that car as it has been developed by Benz or somebody, I don't remember. It was in the news. So we can share that it is
also Tesla.
Yes, Tesla.
They are different types of cars which are driverless cars.
No, sir, that we cannot call as a robot because they work automatically. They don't depend on a driver, or they have programs they can run. So can we say them as robots?
We can say it as a robot, but in that case, yes, ma'am.
What means, according to the definition of robot, something which is programmed and they do the work on their own.
Which is reprogrammable and which is multifunctional.
Yes, sir. So the car has multifunction. They are already programmed. They can stop when the danger is there. They can.
We can make program according to the use on the road, like to stop on the red light.
Yes, sir.
Continuously detecting the motion on the road.
Yes, and they can change the tire direction also according to.
Yes,
so
we can say that it is a virtual robot.
Okay, sir.
That is controlling the another machine.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, but they are always called as an example for artificial intelligence, sir.
Ma'am, artificial is nothing but
driverless cars are given as the example for the best output for AI.
Technology of artificial intelligence, so that make it automatic moving car.
When we consider robot, they always give the example for painting or automatic manufacturing something. So the robot is nothing but a device which always do the repeated work. But when artificial intelligence is considered, it is given as example for intellectual work.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, from that basic level, it has been enhanced to the next level. That is the difference.
Sir,
artificial intelligence is a
kindly correct me.
Yes,
kindly correct me if I'm wrong. That artificial intelligence is a program of a robot to make the robot smarter. Is it? Instructions only.
Be a device. It can be a programmable element. It can be a program. It need not be a device.
Ma'am, basically artificial is nothing but a step of a different algorithm using to enhancing the environment and act according to that. We are making some algos, making some steps. So according to that, it will analyze the information and it will actuate according to that.
Yes, sir. But when we consider a robot, we need a physical device. We need a physical object.
Yes, ma'am. For artificial intelligence, we require a physical hardware.
Okay, means virtual robot
So
and
to make any
But virtual robot, yes, sir. Virtual robot is nothing but
robot.
Yes, sir.
We can say that it is acting as an artificial.
Yes, sir.
to make any machine smart, we need artificial intelligence, and that machine can be a robot.
It
That
must
can
have
be a
sensors
robot,
and
yes.
algorithm.
Simply to say, you'll say whether the Sophia is a robot or an artificial intelligence.
Basically, robot with the artificial intelligence.
Yes. So the physical thing was what called as a robot, and the virtual thing which is working with the support of the along with the robot is what called as the artificial intelligence.
Yes,
Sir, one question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I want to ask that artificial intelligence has the robotic character, or robot has the artificial intelligence?
No, sir. Basically, artificial intelligence is nothing but a set of program which collects the information from the environment. It is nothing but a software which we are using that continuously learn from its behavior. So
Okay.
we can say it can be the example of virtual robot.
Okay, sir. Sir, means a robot is for the robot, it is not required to have the artificial intelligence. Am I
No,
right,
sir?
sir?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. I'm right. You want to say?
Sir?
Yes,
sir? So till now, all the robots that whatever you explained, other than virtual robots, none of them have AI or artificial intelligence. Only virtual robots can have AI to a certain degree.
AI can be used in any type of robots to make it more intelligent.
Okay.
Basically, if we say the AI will work as a sensor. If we, in simple example, AI is just nothing but a sensor for robots, so that it can provide extra performance, so that it will improve the performance, additional feature, and flexibility in a robot.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Basically, we are providing a mind into a robot. Artificial is nothing about the robot. Artificial is nothing but a mind that works like a human mind. Like in child age, we don't know anything, but time to time we learn the things from the surroundings and act according to that. So that mind is nothing but a artificial intelligence. But we have physical mind, and artificial is nothing but a virtual mind.
Okay.
Sir, means artificial intelligence must have the algorithm.
Sir, every program is nothing but an algorithm.
Okay.
On which on that basis of algorithm, the program is made.
Okay.
Algorithm is nothing but a different number of steps.
Okay, means sensors work because of the algorithm.
No, sir. Sensor works not because of the algorithm. We can say the sensor. How to say, sir? Algorithm
Yes, sir, that is something called as object recognition algorithm.
No, but how it is sensing the thing?
Sensors are.
There must be some algorithm.
Each sensor is having its own characteristics to be detected. For example, yeah.
Yes, sir. With the help of sensors,
yes, sir,
it can identify the difference between the objects. So that is something called as object recognition algorithm.
Yes,
which
yes,
the device follows. It will train.
The algorithm uses that sensor's data, so that it can use into the useful information.
Okay. Like how we write step by step, we have to give the input. Say, for example, if you want to show the difference between give the input showing to the device that
yes,
it is a tumbler, then
sensor
teach mechanism. It's another way of teach mechanism, like how Sir showed in that video. He was trying to drag that robot and place it in the correct position to place the IC processor in the board. Like that, we have to train. Sir. It's a way of training.
Means algorithm is the
sensor gives input to the machine. Can we say?
It's like a step-by-step instruction only, no, sir. So,
yes, sir.
Like how that robot he was giving the instruction. Likewise, we have to also give the input data to the device.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Today it was a very interactive session. Thank you so much.
We really enjoyed learning, sir, with you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.